Okay, so day 3, and we're moving on to forensics. So you've done informed defence, you've done some business stuff, and now you're on to forensics. And we've set up a really interesting forensics kind of environment for you. As I've mentioned on sort of Wednesday and on Thursday, we wanted to give you something special, not your bog standard PC kind of forensics, but something a little bit more interesting. So we're going to take you through a complete investigation from start to finish, the things that you need to be aware of about handling evidence, and then you're actually going to launch into some mobile phone forensics, which is very, very interesting in and of itself. You've got a real mix of traditional file system forensics on things like the storage, the removable storage, but you've also got some really interesting, complex operating system architectures to try and pull data from. And we're very fortunate to have Microsystemation come in and providing their forensics platform because they're the world leaders in this type of space. They do a lot of work with police forces around the world and military forces around the world in order to basically get digital information. And as we know, most of the digital information these days is really not on PCs, it's moving into the cloud and it's on your mobile phone. And if you can get somebody's mobile phone and you can pull the digital information from there, you get all sorts of things. Where they've been in terms of GPS.
Hang on a sec, Jim. You're buying the beers for the PCU and the Microsystemation guys tonight.
So, so if you can get somebody's phone, you can get a lot of information in terms of their contact details, but because of the geolocation information you've got on there, you've got all sorts of interesting details around where they have been. So one of the things that this afternoon with the technology challenge that I'm quite interested in is there's loads of scope. Although using a standard platform, there's loads of scope for you to do some really interesting and innovative approaches to getting information from these phones. So we're interested in finding just the standard stuff, but also interested in seeing how you guys innovate in terms of pulling digital information and interpreting that digital information as well. As I've said, one of the things that we're going to be doing is working right from the beginning of the investigation all the way through. And we're really lucky here to have some guys here that's going to walk you through that process. From arrest, seizure of the devices, all the way through the investigative process, handling evidence and how to interpret evidence. As was said, at the end of the day, you're going to be set up as expert witnesses. One of the important things if you're doing this type of work is you're going to have to potentially go to court and explain how you've got that evidence, what it means, okay, and what you can interpret from that. And an important part of that is your expert witness training. Now, we're not going to obviously take you all the way through that whole process because that's lots of experience and lots of training. But we just want to give you a glimpse of that environment. In order to do that, you will be split into teams, and somebody in your team is going to be nominated as the person that's going to stand up in court. Okay? And we're going to run a mock court environment later on. Each individual team is going to come in, the expert witness is going to stand up, and they're going to get asked a series of questions. We're going to make it easy for you, or easier, shall we say, so that one person doesn't have to hold everything in their head. You're going to have 2 phone a friend lifelines. So while you are up there speaking, you can have the team behind you. Twice you will be able to confer with your team if you get stuck or you want to get some more information from them, but only twice. Those presentations will then be judged, and obviously we'll select the winning team from there. As Mal said yesterday, what we're then going to do is going to play the top 2 videos over dinner tonight. we're first going to play the second place one, build up the tension, and then play the first place one. Okay? So hopefully that sounds like a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Okay, thank you very much.